Hi, and welcome to What's New at 352. This is a new video that we're going to be doing every month or so, just talking about things that have happened with our company, recent site launches, things that are going on, also a lot of industry news and stuff like that. So I'm joined here by Jeff Wilson, who's our company president. My name's Peter. I'm the vice president of marketing. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first news story that I want to talk about is something that I think is pretty ironic. ICANN, which is the governing body of all of the internet domain names, had their domain name hacked. And it's funny because if you remember, Jeff, this is something that we've talked about a lot, like in the past, the way that you could take domain names is if you send an email saying, you know, you need to update the registry, and the person is not paying attention and they go ahead and fall for that. You can have that happen. So
yeah, basically you can clone. You know, you can put your two email addresses, someone else's email address, and claim you're the owner of the website because your email's from that domain name. And you know they're not supposed to fall for that, and they've made a lot of upgrades to their domain name system to prevent that. But clearly, in this case, the governing body of domain names fell for an old trick.
Yeah, so their .com name was actually redirected somewhere else. The .org name, which is what they use mostly, wasn't affected. But luckily for them, they had the ability to just go back into the registry and change it when they fixed the problem. If that happened to somebody like us, we'd probably still be fighting to get our domain name back. So
yeah, that would be a mess.
That's kind of funny. So what have you been following this week?
Well, there's a good story that's come out, and that is about the fact that Google is now able to index the content inside Flash files. And this is really important because Flash has always been kind of a black hole for search engines and a black hole for search engine optimization. So if you're a web design company like ourselves, then you have to stay away from using Flash, or at least doing an all-Flash website, unless either A, search engine results don't really matter for the customer, or B, unless there's other ways you're going to get content in the site, such as by putting content below the Flash, which if you're doing a full screen Flash, that ends up looking really ugly. So Google's upgraded their search engine. They're now indexing the content inside Flash, and that's a great thing. It will still remain to be seen how the specifics of that play out and how that affects rankings, but overall, definitely a good development and will allow developers to use that tool more.
Yeah, I think Macromedia actually gave them the code, and they gave it to Google and I think Yahoo and a couple of others. So hopefully you'll see that go not just in Google, but in some of the other search engines as well.
And it's probably a little bit of a response to Microsoft Silverlight, which is Microsoft's new technology, somewhat of a competitor of Flash. And one of the big things Microsoft is touting is that technology is search engine friendly. So I think Adobe, Macromedia felt like they had to do something to respond.
Yeah, and it's not built into Silverlight, but one of the things that you can do is make it so the back button works as it should, where, you know, when you click on new things, you're going to a new URL each time. And so with Flash, that's always been one of the things that if you accidentally hit back, all of a sudden you're back at the Google results that got you to that page or something like that, which is pretty annoying. So that's something they need to work on as well. Well, okay, so one of the other things we want to talk about here today is kind of a little summary of the things that we've talked about on our blog in this last month. And this was actually a really active month for our blog because it's July. And that means that we had our company's annual field day. Basically, if you remember in elementary school, going out and doing wheelbarrow races and potato sack races and stuff like that, that's pretty much what we're doing, which is, tells you a little bit about who we are. So
it's a fun employee morale thing, though. Our employees love it. Peter actually sets up the day along with a couple of other people on our staff, and it's a great day to be had. So
yeah, where other people have company picnics, we have a field day.
Yeah.
So we've actually got some videos here of some of the events, and I'll let you guys take a look at some of those. Okay, so that was the egg relay, and it was a photo finish there, as you can see, but this next one, we took a little twist on the potato sack race. Didn't want to go and get potato sacks. Don't even know where you'd find a potato sack. So we wrapped everyone's legs in cling wrap. So here's what happened with that.
All right, so next we need to talk about the most important part of field day, and that was the barbecue competition. You see Peter over here, who has decided that he's basically a barbecue grill master. He owns his own smoker. Decided that the barbecue that he produces is far superior to what anyone else can produce. So he challenged me to a dueling cooking contest where he would barbecue up his dishes and I would barbecue or grill up my dishes, and we'd bring them together in the form of a contest. And the results were actually announced today, and as you'll see here in just a second, I've got a lot to be happy about. Peter, not so much. Take a look.
Sauce is pretty good. I'm allergic to cucumbers. I didn't get the whole experience.
The cucumber's not that nice. hint of like fruit and veggies.
And veggies. Very good. It's a nice spicy sauce. It's very good. It's a little cold. It's kind of cold, but then it heats up. A lot of spice. Temperature heats you up. Oh, yeah. The spice is nice.
So the winner of the main dish entree was the barbecue chicken.
I had some temperature issues with my food. But
Yeah, that would be a nice way to describe it.
what can you do? What can you do? And one other video that I want to show off. This one is on a little bit more serious note. The video that we've just put out is actually going out this week. Was more in depth about Silverlight 2. We invited in Lincoln Anderson, who's one of our very senior developers. This clip we're going to show of it is about Deep Zoom, which is one of the really cool functions you can do with Silverlight. So let's just show that clip here.
Pretty much they take a very high resolution image to start with, and higher than anything you could possibly ever download, to full size, and they'll kind of resize it down to different levels of zoom, and then they'll split it up into different grids of smaller and smaller images. So if you can imagine like a jigsaw puzzle, like cutting that up, and there's all these tiny pieces. And so you can use this program called Deep Zoom Composer to actually process all those images and save them. And then there's a control in Silverlight that actually handles the streaming of all those images. And basically what it does is it only loads the little piece, that puzzle piece of the image that you want to see at the zoom level that you're seeing it. So you're not downloading a whole huge high-def image if you just want to look at one tiny part of it.
Okay, and you can watch that whole video on our blog as well. We'll put the link in our blog post, but that was pretty cool. So next up, this one's kind of unique. I wanted to show this. That we've got a client of ours, a really great client, and I'm not going to name the name of it without their permission. But basically, they came up, visited our offices. They got a little scared when they drove around. We're in a position where not a lot of our clients come here. We do a lot of work over the web, and this is what they saw when they came to our office, and they thought this was our office. Obviously it wasn't, but their design team had a little bit of fun with it, and we know that they've got a video too. And so this is our plea to please send us that video, and I'd love to post it on the next edition of This Week on 352. That'd be fantastic.
Hopefully we'll still look okay after we do that.
Yeah, seriously.
Our office is a little nicer than what the picture shows, I promise. So if you do come visit us, you'll actually be pretty impressed now if that is if that is your basis of
yeah, you come in thinking that, and we'll set the expectations low.
We had some great sites that launched over this past month. You know, one of the funnest parts about running this company is watching the actual sites as they launch and the CDs as we complete them, and seeing the work we produce out there on the web. So a couple of real good ones. Yeah, the first one was for Microsoft. Actually, we're a vendor of theirs, and we did. They had something up already called VoIP Without Barriers, which was about internet telephony and things like that. And it actually lets you kind of create a custom movie. It was developed in Flash, and as you can imagine, with Silverlight out now, they were kind of looking to update that. And so they came to us to take the Flash and move it into Silverlight. So that's something that we put together. You can see the screenshots of the site up here, and we'll put a link to that in the blog post as well. That was a really cool one. Another cool project that we did was for the Mayo Clinic. We did a CD showing off their new physician referral system. It's all done electronically on their website, so they wanted to show that off to physicians. So this is the CD here that they put in physicians' hands to let them know about that and kind of walk them through how it works. So that was a pretty cool one. Those were great projects. We had a lot of really good launches. Those were just two of several, but those two in particular we wanted to show off. Definitely great to be working with companies such as Microsoft and Mayo Clinic. We love working with companies that we can have a real great long-term relationship with, and those are definitely two where that is a good opportunity for us. So, well, anyway, that wraps it up for this month. Thank you very much for watching. This is, as Peter said, a new monthly feature, which we're going to be doing every month and just updating everyone on what's going on here at 352 Media Group. So we hope you tune back again.
And hopefully next month we'll have that video from the unnamed client. And hopefully we'll actually be able to show off their website then too. Hoping to wrap that up as soon as we possibly can. It's a fantastic looking site. So.
Excellent. Very good.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Enjoy your month.